everyone. This is Angie with the Painted Feather, live on the Dixie Belle paint page this evening. It is 6 p.m. on the West Coast in California, where I'm located, and it is 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And as you arrive, please let me know where you are joining from. I'm going to wait for a few people to come on. I don't see anybody yet. So anyway, not sure if I'm gonna actually be able to see people, so hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm starting to see. So as you arrive tonight, please let me know where you're watching from, and if you're working on anything cool this week. Like I said, my name's Angie. I'm with the Painted Feather, and I'm located in Santa Rosa, California, and you can find Dixie Belle Paint at Whistle Stop Antiques in Santa Rosa in Old Railroad Square, or at Ray's Trading Company out in Sebastopol. Hello, Linda. Hello, Pat. I see some people jumping on. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any questions tonight, please feel free to shoot them my way. And if I don't see them when I'm on here, I will circle back around later and answer your questions. And anyway, so what we're doing tonight, hi Stacy, is, hello from Texas, hi Cheryl, or Sherry. And so what we're gonna do tonight is I am going to be painting this butler's style table. Hello Marcy from Michigan. And so this has all these hinges on it, and these sides drop down, and I thought this would be a really nice project to paint to look very industrial and like metal. Hi Sue, how are you from Wisconsin? Hi Susan, hello. Hi Michelle from Florida. Okay, so here's my plan. We are going to blend all these colors together to look like metal. It's gonna look super cool. And the colors we're using tonight are Caviar. We are using Moonshine Metallics Silver Bullet. We are using Moonshine Metallics in Caribbean. We are using Rusty Nail. Hi Deb, hello pretty lady, watching from Pennsylvania, awesome. And right back at you Deb. And hello Misty. Hi, Catherine from Tulsa. Welcome. Okay, and so hi Deanna. I've already base coated this whole piece in the color Spanish Moss. And the reason I did that is that this color totally reminds me of the old file cabinets and, you know, just those generic file cabinets that everybody has in their office. So I went ahead and base coated it and in this color, and then we're gonna build from that. So we're gonna be using all of these colors. I've already used this one, so I'm gonna put that one aside. Hello, Becky. And I've got my brushes here. Hello, Debbie from Florida. And I have round brushes because I'm gonna be blending all of these kind of in a circular pattern. So I decided, you know what? I'll just go with round brushes here. And this might seem like a lot of colors and that it would be a stretch to do, but I'm gonna show you that it's super easy, and hopefully you can get the confidence to go ahead and do something like this. Like if you always stay in the same box and you always do the same thing. Hello, Linda. You said you were gonna be on here, and here you are. Anyway, if you always do the same thing, branch out, try to do something different, and let's get going on this. So what I have done already is that, hi Lisa, don't think I was going to get in. Oh, are you guys having a hard time getting on here tonight? Let me know. I'm not just admitting a few, you can all watch. So I cleaned this whole piece, thank you for the heart. I cleaned this whole piece with White Lightning Cleaner, which is the bomb. You should clean with White Lightning Cleaner because it deglosses it, gets all the gunk off of it that you don't want on there. Hello, Ada from Alabama. And then, oh, there's Dixie Belle Paint. They want to know where you're joining from. And then I not only scuff sanded, I pretty much sanded really, really well actually on this table because it had a really thick coat of crusty kind of varnish on it. So, but I did not put Boss or any kind of primer on this because I'm totally okay if this thing bleeds a bit because I'm going with an industrial look. And if I get some rusty bleed through, it's all good. So you guys are giving me stars. I've got some stars on here. That's like the first time. This is like a new thing for me. Anyway, super duper excited Lisa is. Okay, awesome. All right, well, let's get going. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Hi, Susan from Oregon. So I've got a brush for each color, and then I've got an extra brush because I'm gonna add a little bit extra rusty nail at the end. Hello from Fort Knox, Kentucky. Hi, Janine. And I have these round brushes, round, large, round, small. I have my French tip brush by Dixie Belle, and then I have my oval medium brush, and I'm gonna be swirling it all together with the oval medium brush. So that is why I have all of these, but whatever brushes you have, you can do this. Just, if you have one round brush, that's all good. If you don't, you can still swirl them together. Totally fine. So don't worry that you don't have the right things. You can make this work, whatever you have, okay? So just make it happen. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna just shake up all of these paints because you wanna just mix them, especially with the metallics. You wanna have these stirred up really well or mixed really well because it'll give you a better finish. On this type of process, it's not as important, but if you're just doing a super clean moonshine metallic finish, make sure you stir this really, really well, okay? Or shake it up really well. I'm shaking up my rusty nail. We're gonna shake all these up, and then we're gonna go in with all of these colors. And this is a super fun process, and you're gonna like this. And then, I think after all of this is done, I'm probably going to use the patina paints on the hinges. I'm not doing that tonight. So Dixie Belle thinks it's gonna be gorgeous. I think so too. All right, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. So I've got these all shaken up. All right, I'm gonna get into a spot where you can see what's happening. I'm gonna turn you down here. So you're gonna hear my voice. I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna hopefully be able to see your questions, and I'll peek up there every once in a while. But Dixie Belle, whoever is on tonight, I'm sure they're very capable to answer whatever questions you have. So feel free to ask away. And it doesn't matter what order you do these in. You just wanna do one, then the next, then the next, then the next, and then we're gonna swirl them together. And I'm gonna kind of move in a pattern across this. And then at the end, we can kind of fine tune it. So just make sure that you have a drop cloth down or something to protect your floor. Opening all these colors up right now, and I have shaken them all up. And then, let's see, rusty nail, and we're just gonna go in and start putting the paint on the surface. So, okay, so I don't wanna contaminate my paints, so I'm gonna go in on the lids, and I'm gonna add a little bit extra to each of the lids so that I don't contaminate my paints, okay? So, here we go. So I'm just gonna start here, and I put some of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and go over the hinges, even though I'm going to paint those. So I'm gonna do one, then I'm gonna go in with my black. Now I'm not gonna use my misting spray bottle because I'm not going to thin this. I want it to have some texture. So that's why you're not gonna see me. I don't want it to be like super blendy. I just want it to be, them hanging out together. Not super blendy. So actually I'm gonna get a bit more of this silver and put it right in my lid so that I can just go from the lid. Okay, that might be a little too much, but that's okay. It's all gonna work out. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my blue. Okay, so we've got all these colors. And here we go. So I'm gonna be using this brush to blend them all together. So let's start swirling these together. And my brushes are gonna, this brush is gonna get a little bit mixed up as far as the colors on it, but that's okay. It's all gonna work out. So don't worry about that because this look is made to have all these colors kind of hanging out together and yet not necessarily blending them all like perfectly, but look at how that's looking already. Okay, so I'm just gonna swirl them together until I get it to a point where I'm not seeing one color, but they're kind of just melding one into the other. Okay, I'm gonna go around my edge here, just a little back and forth. So, and then I'm gonna swirl that. Okay, see how that's looking? I'm gonna bring you guys a little closer. Okay, hopefully you'll be able to see what this is looking like. Okay, so now I'm gonna start again. So, and like I said, you don't have to be in any certain pattern, just do the 4 colors and then swirl them together. And we'll see how this turns out. Okay, we've got the black, got the silver here. And some of these, the viscosity on these paints are different from each other. The silver bullet is really kind of watery. So let's see here. Okay. So you might have to back off of one color a little bit. And then we're gonna go in to our Caribbean Moonshine Metallic. And now I'm gonna swirl them all together. See if you guys can see this. I might switch to the other side where the light is a little bit better. I got a little bit right there. And if you get a little, I just dripped a little there, but that's okay. Just gonna blend them all together. See how this is looking? Like it's just starting to now look like maybe it's metal, maybe it's oxidized a little bit more in some spots than the other. And we're creating texture as we're going along here too. And you don't really see where one color starts and the other starts, so. Okay, let's keep on going. How's that looking? Hold on, I see something here. I don't see your vision at first, but this is amazing. Oh, thank you, Deanna. All right, let's keep going. All right, I'm gonna put the rusty nail in a spot over here. And this is a pretty big area, so our pretty big tabletop. So I'm thinking I can go a little larger with my spots of color. So, and I'm just setting these down right on my drop cloth. Go a little color, or a little bigger right there. And if it's variable with how you're putting it down, that's okay too. If something is oxidizing, it's not gonna oxidize in the same rate everywhere. So, okay. So now, so we've got those. So here's 4 colors. Let's see what happens when we swirl it together. I love the rusty nail in the mix here. And then the metallics add a sheen, which gives it the metallic quality to it. But see how that looks right there? That looks so cool. Thank you, whoever gave me stars. I appreciate it. It's awesome. Okay, and so you've just got all these variable colors here. I'm gonna jam some of this color right there. But see how that's looking? Okay, we're gonna keep on going. All right, I'm gonna bring it up a little bit more. So this is a process, you know, with these faux finishes. It's always, you know, kind of a methodical thing Just one, then one, then one, then one, and then you mix it together. So this isn't a difficult thing to do. It does take some patience. So if you're not normally a patient person, maybe this will teach you a little bit of patience. It can be like your meditation for the day. Get your mind off of other things. Okay, so I've got a handle here, so I'm going to kind of go around that. Now, whoops, if you guys can see that, let's blend this right here. So this is creating a darker spot. Blend it here. So it's creating all these variations, which is really cool. And then if you see something while you're doing it that bothers you, just go in with your brush on that spot. I've got to get down in this handle, and then I'm going to swirl it out. So if you have to do a different type of stroke for a minute, that's okay. Just return to it after you fix whatever you need to fix. But keeping that same consistent swirling going too is also creating a pattern and a certain look. I'm loving how that's looking right there. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we're creating this look of metal. All right, let's keep on going. Keep on trucking along here. So I've got my black. So now I'm going to start looking at it and seeing what I should add where. So there's a lot of kind of a bright blue right here. So I'm going to go in with black here. And then just place the other colors wherever you think they should be. And like I said, if you want to start going larger in some areas, that is all good. This is your project. So I actually did a old silverware box today with this technique, and it looks so cool. And I'm keeping my paint brushes in it. If you go to the Painted Feather by Angie and you like and follow my page, you'll see that. Kind of made it steampunk industrial. I can bring you guys a little in here, but watch this. Okay, let's go. Let's get all these colors blended together. You get a good arm workout when you do this too, so if you're not getting your workouts in, like I'm not as much as I used to before the whole COVID thing. This is a good one. Need a little cardio in your life. Get a little, just do the industrial finish. You could like plan all of your projects based on what you need in your workout routine. And this is a really good arm workout. You might want to switch arms every once in a while. Okay, see how that looks? All right, I'm gonna try to move quick so that you guys can see how this is gonna turn out. So, all right, let's get do big part red here, or the rusty nail, which is a really, really awesome color. I think it actually is very similar to the base color that you put down for the patina paints. I think it was created based on that color, the color that you put on to keep the metal, or when you put a coat of something of the product on the metal to keep it from oxidizing. If you're using the patina paints, I think this color is very similar to that color. And that color is super cool, so I'm glad it's available. Okay, am I still in your frame here? Let's see. Bring you up. Okay, I'm gonna try to work fast so we can see what happens here, see all the magic. All right, let's go black over here. Trying to get my edges too. Okay, now let's go with the Caribbean. Let's swirl her together. I love this oval medium brush. It just makes blending and mixing colors so nice. It's really nice to put a large amount of paint on a project at one time too. So if you don't have an oval medium brush, check with a retailer near you. If you don't have one, you can click on that link in the description of this video and put in your zip code to find one. And if you don't have one, you can order straight from that link right there. Yeah, I'm digging how this is looking. Okay, I'm switching my grip a little bit. My hand's starting to hurt a little bit, but that's okay. All right, see how this is just transforming into the look of metal? Okay, how's it going out there, everybody? Okay, I'm gonna move it back a little bit just so you can see how cool this is looking. Isn't that awesome? Okay, I'm gonna keep you back there for a second because I think that vantage point might be a little cooler to be able to see what I'm doing here. Okay, so now I've moved around to the other side. You guys have any questions? I see some hearts coming across there, so you guys are liking this. Now, with this too, you could add stenciling, you could add transfers, you could add would you bend moldings on here, and there's some really cool steampunk gears that would be awesome on something like this, especially if you have like a dresser or a cabinet. Okay, I'm gonna go around this whole spot with the silver. I'm right in front of the light, so hopefully you guys can still see what's happening. Okay, let's go black. Swirling it around. Those little muscles in my shoulder are getting a really good workout tonight. Okay. And this rusty nail just takes the cake as far as adding to this look. If you don't have rusty nail, you could mix like a little bit of red with maybe a little yellow and a little brown. You know, you can, if you don't have this exact combination, that doesn't mean that you can't do this, but the metallic I think is very important, so adding a little more silver there. Okay, let's go in with the Caribbean now. So, but that metallic quality to it mixed with the matte paints, I think is pretty important with this. So I would definitely use like a moonshine metallic or maybe a gemstone mousse. You could use the amber and the gemstone mousse in place of like this rusty nail color. Hello. Hi, Pam. Okay, I see you guys talking to each other. Sorry I'm not super interactive. This is kind of a labor-intensive project here, but pretty cool, right? Okay. And if you go over an area that's already starting to set up and dry, that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of go on this edge and then swirl back over the top. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, we've got about half this table to go. You guys have any questions? But so if I had tannin bleed through on this, it would be totally fine because then I would get some more rusty colors coming up through here. And that's another thing, like if you have a piece that you know is gonna be a heavy bleeder, or if you start painting it and it's bleeding like crazy, I actually have a piece in my house that's a kind of a bar, and I was gonna paint it a light color and I had primed it and everything, and it just kept bleeding and bleeding. So then I ended up just doing patina paint on it and the color palmetto, and I absolutely love it. And so sometimes you just wanna work with what you have, and sometimes working with having tannins bleeding through can be a really great thing. I'm gonna do like a rusty finish. Okay, so let's get our Caribbean. Okay, what color? Oh, I need my silver. I was talking, forgot I didn't put my silver on. Here we go. Let's do silver bullet. These moonshine metallics are so pretty. I love using them on stenciling and stuff too. So, okay, here we go. Swirl it together. How are you doing out there? Let's keep on going. All right, yeah, the rusty nail just adds such a nice element to this. And like I said, we're gonna add a little bit more of that once I get this whole top done. And I'll show you where and why I do that. Just keep on going. If you have a bigger brush that you want to use, you might get this done a little faster. But that's why I'm blending with the biggest, the oval medium, because that way I can just get it done as quick as possible. So, okay, here we go. I'll do a bigger spot here. How's it going, everybody? All right, you guys let us know what you're working on out there in the world. If you've ever done kind of the industrial metal look. I have my paint at a place that has a lot of salvage items, and it's just fun to be able to, show people different ways to upcycle and, bring something into the modern times. And this industrial look is really cool. Okay, I need a little bit of Caribbean. All right, let's see. After mini angle, hold on, I'm trying to see somebody's question here. I think the oval medium is the next must-have brush. Yeah, I agree, Pam. The mini angle is my absolute go-to favorite brush, and then the oval medium is my next. Yeah, I completely agree with you. So we are on the same page with that. Okay, I'm gonna move back a little bit. So if I haven't seen your question, like I said, I'll come back on later, or if there's anybody on there that can answer, I'm sure Dixie Belle can. Okay, so I see a little drip under here, and I'm just gonna fix that while I'm here. Of course, I'll be doing the rest of this table too, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna do this, just do the top so we can look at the overall and see how it's looking and see if it looks like metal. You guys can let me know what you think. Okay, let's go black around this handle. Thanks for hanging in there with me as we work on this pretty large surface. I could have used a smaller thing, I guess, but I thought with these hinges that this would be a really fun project to do this look with. It's kind of an industrial look anyway. Okay, getting a little bigger with my areas. Now let's go in with the Caribbean. I need to bring my paint a little closer to me. Let's swirl it all together here. So I only put one coat of Spanish moss on here because we were going to be doing this layering technique. So I didn't really need it, but it was a pretty good base coat of the Spanish moss. You could use like Hurricane Gray, you could use Gravel Road, any of those kind of neutrally beigey or gray undertone paints would be totally fine. Okay, I'm a little farther away. I probably won't see questions for a minute here, so okay, I'm going to clean this up a little bit from underneath. See this edge, and then swirl it in. So this swirling motion kind of maybe looks like it was buffed or, you know, just kind of gives that sheen to the whole thing. So, and just creates this consistent finish, which is really neat too. Oh, it's looking so good. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna come around the back, but I wanna stop for just a second. Okay, see how that, we have one little open spot here, but it's looking pretty cool, right? What do you guys think about that? I think it's looking good. All right, let me finish that one spot and then we'll step back and see what you think overall. And I'm gonna ask you if you think you wanna try this because I think it's really a neat look. You could even do metal with this. You don't have to do it just on wood. You could do an old file cabinet and bring it to look modern. Bring in my paint around here. So hold on one second. Get all my colors, all my brushes. And gotta be careful when you're using paint so you don't dump it on your floor. I think we've all done that once or twice. All right, so last spot here. I'm gonna do some bigger areas so we can get her done here. Okay, so we've got the caviar and we've got the silver bullet. Put a blob of it down, circle it around. We've got rusty nail. I love that color. I've been selling a lot of rusty nail. Ended up buying it in the large size, a bunch of them in the large size too, because a lot of people love this color in my area, so I get it. Okay, let's swirl it around and then we're gonna probably have one more go and then we'll be done with the top. Okay, I like how that's a little darker right there. You guys are seeing this come to life here. So pretty. I'll try to bring you in a little closer too so you can see. All right. Okay, we're gonna get this done. We're gonna have one more area. I think I just need to put the color down maybe one more time. And you can see it's starting to dry over here. So we'll be able to see the difference between the really dry area and the areas that are still wet. But this will give you an idea of how it's gonna look overall. Okay, big rusty area here. And let's do caviar. Big caviar area over here. Go on the edge. And then we've got our silver bullet. Get it in where the handle is. And finally, Caribbean. Get on the edge. Okay, let's swirl it all together. And then we will see. I wish I could show you like the before and after together. That would be fun, but I'll post pictures. So if you don't already follow me, my business is the Painted Feather by Angie. I paint lots of furniture. I sell Dixie Belle because it's amazing and there's so many awesome, awesome products. Makes me happy. I'm also an antique dealer. And there's anywhere from 3 to 5 kids at my house all the time, so I stay kind of busy. Okay, and a couple dog kids too. All right, swirl it up. I'm gonna grab my brushes and I'm gonna throw them in a plastic bag, And then I'm going to show you where I want to put a little bit extra rusty nail. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so see how that is looking? Okay, I see one thing in the middle here that's kind of bothering me, and there's a really dark spot, so hold on a second. I'm not digging that too much here. So, hold on. I just want to swirl out that really dark spot right there, because that will bother me. So, you just step back, look at it, see what you think. All right. Is that better? Yep, that's better. You can tell on the camera, too. All right. Make sure I didn't kick any paint over. I've done that before on a live. All right, so there we go. Okay, I see after the mini angle. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying here. How's it going? Okay, you love the blank slate dresser. Thanks for sharing. Okay, I see your guys' messages. So yeah, I am really liking how that's looking right now. And then, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna throw my brushes into a little bag here, except for the one that I'm doing with the rusty nail. Anyway, what do you guys think about that? Will I do the same technique on the underside? I will do the same technique on the underside. Loving this look, great job. Thank you, Peggy. Okay, great look. Sue likes it. If I don't see your response right now, it kind of gets behind if I stop and look at something. So I'm trying to get to where it's the current, so I stop poking you guys here. Okay, looks like oxidation. You're loving it. Good. Yeah, that's the point. I was hoping it would come out like this, and you know what? I love it when a plan comes together. So we are good. That looks awesome. Okay, you missed the first part. Isn't that pretty? Like, yeah, super cool, right? Okay, so now, just one more little thing. I want to add a little bit of the rusty nail in a few spots, just to, because, I don't know, because I want to. So, I'm gonna add it in areas where I think that we would get some wear. And actually, I'm gonna use this French tip brush. I'm just gonna put a little bit here. So areas like on edges or where there's a crease. So I'm gonna go in and now I'm not doing the swirling. I'm gonna go kind of straight lines, almost like a distressing. And I'm just letting it barely touch on here. And I'm gonna go around where these hinges are, even though I'm probably going to use patina paint on these. But I'm just going to add, let me see if you guys can see this. Bring it in here. Okay, so see where I'm at here. I just want to go along these little, like all the straight lines. And that will kind of almost add like a distress look. Okay. And around the hinges. And make it even a little bit more industrial looking. Okay. So here, and I'm barely putting any on, but doing it in a consistent way is going to give a really cool, kind of create some lines on here and definition. See how that looks right there? So we're just creating kind of like where oxidation would occur around the metal or on, where the drop leaves kind of go down. Anywhere that it might occur, and around these handles here, just a little bit. So I'm going to go around and do that real quick, and then we'll back it up, and you can see what I'm talking about. Just gonna do this real quick. It's a very quick process, but this will make a lot of impact. Just doing an extra little pop, just basically kind of almost like where you would just distress it. I could do the edges too, but I think I'm just gonna do kind of on these these straight lines here that delineate the leaves. Yeah. Okay, let me see where I have you. Okay. And plus this rusty nail is just such a fabulous color. I think we need to make it kind of the star of the show here. It looks fantastic against these other colors. Okay, just a little bit. Don't go crazy with it. If you do, it's okay, you can fix it. Oh yeah, that's really cool. Okay. And around the handle. I might need a little bit more of this. Okay, we're adding just a little, extra little oxidized element here. Okay, right there. And you know, when you're doing these projects, sometimes you're like, yeah, I think that would look cool there. Just try it out. If you don't like it, it's paint. You can fix it or change it up a little bit. Okay, almost done here. And I'll show you, I'll give you the full view. Full Monty, we'll look at it. Okay, that is so cool. And then it just gives it an extra little oxidized look. So, all right, see what I just did there? So it's gonna just give it a little bit more of that industrial look there, and then I'll go in and I'll oxidize the hardware more, and it'll just make it pop a bit more. So, but yeah, that just added so much to the look of that table, right? So, oh, I got more stars. Thank you guys. Okay, let me see. I can think of a couple things I've tucked away. Yeah, isn't that cool? So, how will you do the legs? You know what? That's a good question. I'm going to think about that. I'm not positive yet if I'm going to do the whole thing, you know, like this, or I don't know. What do you guys think? You think I should do the legs the same? Or you think I should do, oh, I see people sending stars here. You think I should do the legs the same, or you think I should do something different on the legs? It's pretty cool, whatever the case, right? Oh, it kind of looks like my hat. I didn't even plan that. Anyway, all right, so I think that's what I have for you guys tonight. Black, Cheryl says black. Anybody else want to weigh in on what I should do with the legs? So far, I just base coated them with Spanish moss, and I don't want to keep it exactly like that, so we'll see. Maybe I'll patina them, I'm not sure. So, but whatever the case, I'm really, really loving the top. Iron, yeah, iron would be cool. Iron is sort of blackish, but not quite. Maybe I will do iron. Can you patina the legs? I could patina the legs too. So, but I kind of think I want more of a consistent look on the legs. Zinc, B says zinc. Maybe the zinc. Man, I'm gonna have to think about this. So thank you, Elaine, for the stars. Well, whatever the case, go follow my page, The Painted Feather by Angie, and you will see what I decide to do. Do another live with this. Oh, hold on, let me see. Do another live with this and you will watch. Okay, Lisa, maybe I will. Maybe I'll figure out what else I'm gonna do with this. I'm trying to do corrugated galvanized metal. Anyway, I will come back and look at all your questions because they're flying across the screen. I can't keep up with all of them. And I'm glad you guys are all excited about it. Silver, maybe silver. So I'll think about it. So send me your suggestions though. I want to hear your suggestions, and go follow The Painted Feather by Angie. If you need Dixie Belle paint, go to dixiebellepaint.com and search for a retailer in your area. If you love this project, give me a heart, because that lets other people know that you liked it, right? All right. Dixie Belle is awesome. I love this paint because you can do so many things with it. Thank you guys for the hearts, and I love being here. I'm here every single Monday night. I see the hearts coming across, so awesome. And I'll be back next Monday, and I'm on Chalk Paint 101 tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing on there yet, but I'll figure it out. All right, thank you guys for joining me. See you next Monday at the same time. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Deb. All right, bye everyone. Thank you, Deanna. I'll see you later.